Hello everyone, my name is Tabby and welcome back to my channel Keeping Tabs, where today I'm bringing you my July book haul. And in case you missed it, I recently did an unhaul, which I will leave down below. I got rid of a bunch of books, and the only reason I did that was because I have all of these books to haul, and also because I wanted to make room on my Game of Thrones shelf, which I'm starting and I'm so happy about. Speaking of Game of Thrones, let's just talk about the first book that I have here, which you've probably seen if you've seen my other videos. But anyways, the first book I have is the mass market paper edition of A Dance with Dragons by George R.R. Martin, which is the 5th book in the Song of Ice and Fire series, and I am on the 4th book. I do have the hardcover edition right there, but I just really love reading the mass market paperback. I really like annotating them and just getting them all messed up, so I'd rather do that with mass market than my hardbacks. So yes, I got that. And I also got probably the most exciting book in this haul, and I probably should put it at the end, but I'm going to do it now because we're talking about Game of Thrones. And it is The World of Ice and Fire, The Untold History of Westeros and Game of Thrones. I'm so excited about this. This is like a textbook written by one of the Meisters. It's literally has an introduction by the Meister who wrote it, and I think his name is Meister Yandel or Yanzi or something. Yandel. Meister Yandel wrote this, and it's amazing. It's filled with amazing pictures. So pretty. I can't. Like, I can just get lost in these pictures alone. There's maps of every part of Westeros, and I'm just so in love. I'm so in love. I can't. It's so beautiful. Anyways, let's get on to the other books. I'm so excited about that. You don't even know. Anyways, okay, the next book that I have is The Way of Shadows by Brent Weeks, and this was just a random purchase. I've heard a lot of good things about Brent Weeks. Not Perustopia, that's the book club. Peruse Project really likes this. Reagan at Peruse Project, not this book, but she likes Brent Weeks. She actually didn't like this book, but the things that she was mentioning about it, like the fact that it's really violent and really dark, those were like words that made me want to read this because I love dark stuff. Like, I'm telling you, I want all of the violence, all of the bloodshed, all of the everything that is dark. Give it to me now, and apparently this book has that, so I'm going to try. I think it's about assassins and this one guy who becomes an assassin's apprentice. Yeah, I didn't really read the back. I just kind of picked it up because it was at like $1.50. The next book is a book I've already read, and I have the other books. I just didn't have this one because I read it in ebook, and it is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, the first book in the Raven cycle. Such an amazing young adult series. It's magical realism. The writing style is so unique and unlike anything I've ever read. I would give you a synopsis of the story, but it's kind of hard to put it together in like a coherent summary that would make sense and wouldn't sound cheesy. So if you are interested in reading this, I suggest not looking too much into what the story is about and just going in. It's so good. You'll fall in love with the characters, I promise. The next book is another young adult fantasy book that I've been wanting to read for a while. I've been curious about it for a while. And again, I don't really know what it's about, but it's just Falling Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. It's fantasy, and I think it's about 3 different kingdoms that are kind of fighting each other. Like, even I've read the back a few times and I still am unsure about what it's about. So I'm sorry, but I can't tell you. But I know that the whole series is out by now. I think it's 6 books long, and it even has like a spin-off series. And it's just one that I've seen all over BookTube for a long time, and I've been really interested. So I finally picked it up. Don't know when I'll give it a try, but I'm glad that I have it now. All of these books, by the way, except for one, are used. The next book that I found, and I literally had a freaking mini panic attack because I was so excited that I found it. My friend was like, girl, are you okay? But yeah, I was so excited. It is Morning Star by Pierce Brown, which is literally the book that I have to read next. I finished Golden Sun, and then a few days later, I went to this new used bookstore, and they had Morning Star, and I was freaking out. I kind of feel bad because they had the whole trilogy, so now when somebody else goes there, they're only going to be able to get the first 2 books because I took the 3rd. but I am so excited to read this. You don't even know. This is a sci-fi fantasy book that takes place in the future and is so reminiscent of Game of Thrones. It is literally Game of Thrones in space. You need to read this. So action-packed, so good, and I cannot wait to get into this. But I think I'm gonna wait a few months, maybe I'll read it in September. I don't know. I don't want it to end, even though I know there's 2 more books, like maybe 3 more books. It's so good. It's so good. The next book I have is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I think that's how you say it. Oh my gosh, it's blurry. My videos are always blurry, so just hello. Okay, so I have The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. This is a book that my friend has been recommending to me since the dawn of time. It's one of her favorites, so I think I'll give it a try. It's pretty short, and I've heard a lot of good things about this author and this book specifically, so I'm excited to give it a try. I think it's like a discovering yourself kind of book, finding your way in the world. I don't really know. I didn't read the back. I just got it because my friend has been recommending it to me. Next, I have Red Seas Under Red Skies by Scott Lynch, which is the second book in the Gentleman Bastard sequence, first one being The Lies of Locke Lamora. And just a side note, every time I say The Lies of Locke Lamora out loud, I always think of the spell Alohomora from Harry Potter. Like, you know how Alohomora, you use that to unlock a door? And then you'd use Locke Lamora to lock the door. Do you see it? Locke Lamora, Alohomora. It just, I don't know. I always think of Alohomora, and Locke Lamora would just make so much sense if that's what you would say to lock the door back up, you know? Locke Lamora, Alohomora, Locke Lamora. I think. Anyways, yeah, I have this. Haven't read The Lies of Locke Lamora yet, but it's one that I want to read so bad, and lately I've been really itching to pick it up, so I might pick it up soon. It's about this band of thieves, and that's all I really know. And that's all I really need to know, honestly. Next, I have 2 arcs, but these arcs are from like 2012 and 2013, so nothing new here. It's Black City and Phoenix by Elizabeth Richards, and I remember when this book came out, and I was really interested in it, and it was back in 2012, and I saw everybody hauling it and talking about it, and I just wanted to read it, and I think it's about vampires, so I did not know that. I thought it was a dystopian, but it's got vampires in it, but it also kind of feels like a dystopian. I don't know, I'm in the mood for some old school young adult YA. Young adult is YA, I don't know why I said that twice, but anyways, some old school young adult vampire books, so I picked these up, and I, again, don't know when I'm going to read these. They're not very high on my list, I just was kind of interested. You know when you have like the backlist books of, books that you've wanted to read a long time ago, but you're not too in a hurry to read them, but they've just been on your mind for a long time, but not at the top of your list. Yeah, these are one of them, so I don't know when I'm gonna read these, but at least I have them now. Next, I have The Best Day Ever. No, there's no the. It's just Best Day Ever by Kara Ruda. Or Kara Ruda. Is that a U or no, that's a U. Sorry. On the spine it looks like a Y. Anyways, this is a suspense thriller about this married couple who has 2 kids. They live in a nice house. They both have amazing jobs, and they decide to take a weekend retreat, and it's told through the husband's point of view. He plans the best day ever, but something goes awry and tension starts building up, and I think secrets from the past start creeping out, and I don't know what happens after that, but I'm interested, and ever since reading You by Caroline Kepnes, I'm trying to find some good adult thriller suspense books, so I just happened to pick this up at my local thrift store for $1.50, and I'm excited. Next, I found at the same thrift store, I found this for 50 cents, and I'm so happy about it. It is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I have Cress in Winter because I read Cinder and Scarlet on ebook, and so I still need to find Scarlet, but I have I have Cinder, which is the first one. This is a young adult, sci-fi, dystopian-ish, futuristic retelling of some fairy tales. Each book is a retelling of one of the fairy tales. Cinder is obviously Cinderella. Scarlet is Little Red Riding Hood. Cress and Winter are Rapunzel and Snow White, sorry. brain fart. Anyways, I have this now. I've read it, of course, but it's good to have it part of my collection. I just need to find Scarlet. Next, I have a book that is so popular. I think the series is done now. I don't know if there's going to be another one. I think it's just a trilogy. Anyways, it's Illuminae by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. I've seen this all over BookTube. It's very popular, and I'm glad to say that I own it now. I don't know what it's about, but I know that it has really cool mixed media going on within the pages, and I'm excited about that. So one thing I don't like, I mean, I love the cover, but it's plastic and it makes a lot of sound, and it doesn't really hug the book very tightly. Like, it's kind of loose, and that's a pet peeve of mine when the dust jacket is a little bit too big for the book, and this one is like so loose. So I think it's so noisy. Can you just, thank you. I think once I get all the books, I'm just gonna have them dust jacket-less, because even without the dust jacket, it looks pretty freaking cool. But the dust jacket is so pretty though. It is. It's just plastic, and I don't know. Anyways, that's not really important, is it? The next book that I have, it got it for $1.50, and I'm telling you, I did not intend on ever picking this up, but all of the negative reviews kind of made me curious, so I ended up caving and buying Zenith by Sasha Ellsberg and Lindsay Cummings. I've been watching Sasha for so long. I have never read any of Lindsay's books, but yeah, I'm gonna give this a try. Again, it's not too high on my TBR, maybe like when I'm bored, or I don't know, but I do want to see what all of the commotion is about. Yeah, I'm excited. It's a sci-fi, and that's all I know. That is all I know. The next book is one of my 2018 most anticipated releases. I didn't get it on the day it came out. I got it obviously in July, but it's A Reaper at the Gates by Sabaa Tahir, the third book in the, I don't know what this series is called, the Emberling? I don't know. But the first book is An Ember in the Ashes. This is the cover change. It makes me really sad. These are the old books. I love the old covers so much, and it makes me so sad that this is where we're going now. Because look at these guys. Look at these. Like, how could you not want this on your shelves? It just makes me so sad. But I'm not gonna lie, the spines all together kind of look okay. Whatever. It's fine. I'm over it. I'm over it. It's fine. But anyways, yeah, I'm excited to read this. Such a good series. I definitely recommend it if you like fantasy. The first book is a lot darker than I expected, and like I said, I love me some dark violence, and there's some of that in the first book. Of course, it's not as violent as I would want because it's for young adults, but yeah. The last two books are both by the same author. First one, Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson, which is a standalone fantasy, which I don't really see a lot of, so I'm very interested in this. I don't know about much about this. I think it's about two princesses, two sisters who are getting married off to somebody, I don't know. And also the magic system is that in this is something to do with your breath, and you can breathe color and something like that. Like, obviously she's breathing some color here, but I didn't really look too into this. I saw it at the thrift store. I saw Brandon Sanderson, and I was like, I am gonna get that. So now I have it. And I have no doubt that it's going to be good because I've read a few pages of The Way of Kings, and he's an amazing author. And I've also read Steelheart, and that was really good. So I have high hopes for this. Speaking of The Way of Kings, I also found Oathbringer, which is the third book in the Stormlight Archive series by Brandon Sanderson. And like I said, I read almost 400 pages of The Way of Kings, and it is such a good story. I am so attached to Kaladin. If you've read that book, then you know Kaladin, his story is really sad. And I'm only 400 pages in, like his story isn't even finished. But anyways, this is the third book, and I was so shocked to see it in the thrift store. I got it for $5, you people. $5 in Canada. This book is $45, and I got it for $5. That is so satisfying, I can't even tell you. Anyways, those are all of the books that I have hauled in July. I'm very happy with this purchase, and I now have room from my unhaul to put these books up. And yeah, let me know if you guys have read any of these, what you thought about them, what did you guys get in July, and I will see you guys later. Bye!